Hello guys, I'm going to show you today on how to encrypt the SQL Server database. This process is just similar to uh, encrypting the SQL Server backup. Okay, um, I'm going to open my VMware workstation. I have here Node 1 and Node 2. These are both different instances or different machines. So I'll start with Node 1. I will open SQL Server Management Studio. This process is just similar to enabling the SQL Server backup encryption. Okay, let's connect to Node 1. Then first let's expand the database. These are all the database uh, in this instance. From this instance, only dummy and test one. Now let's test encrypting the dummy. But before that, let's do uh, let's check first if this database is still not encrypted, right? Just copy this script. This script will show you the list of databases that is encrypted. If there's a one here in this column, that means the database is encrypted. But because we just started, so there are no database that is encrypted at the moment. So to start, let's first uh, create the master key. First is to create the master key in node 1 or machine 1. Make sure that you select the master database. Then my temporary, this is the script to create the master key. Create master key encryption by password. Then my password is just a temporary password. Master password 123 for node 1. Then I'll execute that one to create. All good. Now let's close that. Let's proceed in creating the second script. Let's open a new query window, paste and make sure it's in master. Okay. Create certificate test cert. This is the name that I'm using. Test cert, but in your case you can use different name. With subject, this is only my subject that I use, but you can use a different subject. Test cert subject. So I name it like that. Then I'll execute. Then I'll close that one. So it's all done. We enabled the encryption for this instance, SQL instance. Right now, we can also take a backup. When you create a backup, it's already encrypted. Uh, um, but we cannot restore yet in Node 2. But in this case, because we are doing a database encryption, not we are not doing backup encryption, but in that process, in that step, when you create this backup, it's already the backup is already encrypted. But in this example, we're doing database encryption. So let's check again uh, the script that will check for database encryption. Copy, paste, execute. So right now there's still no database that is encrypted. So to encrypt this dummy database, what we're going to do is right click, task, under task, go to manage database encryption. Then from here, encryption algorithm, it's AES 256. You can use whatever algorithm, but I'll just use the 256 in my example. Then use server certificate. We just created the certificate a while ago. The second step, the second script. So click the drop down. Then this is the certificate that we just created. Select that one. Then under database encryption options, make sure you tick this set database encryption on. When you hit OK, that means that the database encryption is now enabled for this database. So let's run this script again. See that the dummy database is now encrypted. Temp database by default, when you run that one, temp database will be encrypted also, but when you restart the service, it will be cleared. See the one, the dummy is now encrypted. So right now, let's do a test restore in Node 2 without doing anything in Node 2 right at the moment. Let's just do a test restore. In this case, because if you are in a company who uh, as a DBA in a company, if you're if the management uh, want to encrypt uh, the database so that just to be safe, just in case somebody uh, externally external uh, can grab the database itself, including the log file. So and is it possible for them to retrieve the database? Yes, it's possible if we did not enable this managed database encryption. If we didn't enable this one, if you detach this database, the MDB file and the log file, once it's copied, when it is restored in a different machine, they can retrieve your data. But if you enable the database encryption, they won't be able to retrieve the data unless they have the key, the master key, and the certificate. So right now, let's do a test example. If somebody tried to uh, copy the actual, not the backup, because we already enabled the master key. So all the backup coming, if you do the backup right here right now, if you do a backup, it will be automatically encrypted because we enabled the encryption already. When you once you create the backup, you won't be able to restore this one. Uh, but when you detach this database, let's do a test detach. Let's detach this dummy database for just this for an example only. If somebody tried to copy or hacker tried to copy the file, because let's say the hacker knows that the database backup encryption is already enabled, so he tried to detach and copy the actual file, the MDB file. Let's see, show the extension. See the one, the MDB and the log file. Let's copy this one in the in Node 2, in the second machine, different machine. I'll copy this in the network folder under VMware shell folder, paste that one. Then let's restore this in node 2. Let's log in. Okay, let's go to node 2 here in the network drive. VMware share. Let's copy this in the local C temp drive. Let's because this one is a new is a different machine, node 2. Let's just see if we can retrieve. Let's see if we can retrieve this database in node in a different machine. Okay, node. Let's go back to node 1. Let's have a look. So node dummy, that's the dummy database, right? So let's try to attach the database. No, it's in C drive. No, let's copy the file in the actual. Let's copy this. Let's cut and copy it in the data folder. Right, then let's close. Then attach. We're not restoring a data backup because we did not. This example is not restoring the backup, but uh, to encrypt the database. Let's. I'm just doing an example. If somebody tried to uh, hack the actual MDB and log file, so let's attach. That's the one. This is the one, dummy. See the one? Failed to retrieve data for this request. An exception occurred while executing because find the server certificate. See the one? Unless you have the certificate, uh, you can't retrieve. If you hack a database, see the one in. Let's go node 1. If you hack this, if you hack the database, the actual database itself, the MDB, this dummy and MDB and log file, and attach it to your machine, if this database was the encryption was enabled, then you cannot retrieve this unless you have the master key, the certificate. Okay, like right now, let's leave it like that. Let's create a certificate and load this, attach it here, attach it in node 2. So what we're going to do is let's close this query window. Uh, okay, what's this? All right, what we're going to do is hmm, let's create the backup of the certificate. Okay, let's back up the certificate. Back up the certificate's name is test cert. Let's go to master system database. Under master, expand security. Under certificates, you can see that one, test cert. So backup certificate, this is the script on how to back up the certificate. Backup certificate test cert to file under C drive temp. This is the file name, cert backup, cert underscore backup point cert with private key, file, test underscore db key, point key, and the encryption password. I use 1234, password 1234, different. This is just the backup password, and make sure this password will be used when you restore it. So execute this script, This will create these two files in the temp folder. So make sure we are in master, then execute this script. So let's go to C temp folder. See the one it created the two files, the cert and the key. Okay, let's copy this in the network, VMware network folder under VMware shared. Let's paste that one there, the two certificates, the two files. Then let's retrieve this. Let's close this one. Let's retrieve this in node 2. Let's go to node 2, then go to the shared folder under temp, VMware shared folder. Let's copy these two files and paste it in the C temp drive, temp folder, sorry. Okay, these are the two files that we need to restore in node 2. Okay, so let's open a new query window in node 2, and this is the script in how to restore. This is the script on how to restore. See the one, create certificate. Let's create the certificate here in node 2. The name of the certificate is just the same, test cert, and the two files, the path is just the same. I use the same path, ctemp for the two files, key file and the cert. Okay, let's close that, minimize, and make sure the password when you restore is the same as what you used when you back up the certificate. So it's this the same password. Then now, right now, let's execute. Let's see if it will create. This will create. Oh, it error out. A certificate with name test cert already exists. Ah, okay. It's because I tested this a while ago. Let's make sure. Let's close. Let's remove the existing. Let's go to master under security certificate. Okay, so I created this a while ago. Then close. Then let's try to start from scratch because I forgot to remove this. Uh, let's try to drop the master key in from node 2. This is how to remove the master key in the node 2 instance. Okay, so let's start from scratch. When you create that one, it will, I'm very sure this will error out because we remove the master key. When you execute say the one, please create a master key in the database or open a master key. Okay, first before we can restore the key files, we need to open a new query window and let's create a master key. The same process as how we did it in the first machine in the node 1. So let's paste the script, same script, create master key, encryption by password. In this case, we'll just you can use the same password, but in my case, for this example, I'll use a different one. 123, I will use 456. Then execute. Then we created a master key password for node 2. Let's close this query window, and now we can execute this restoring the certificate here in node 2. So let's execute this one window, successfully created. So let's go to master to check if the certificates tested was successfully created. Let's under master, under security, under certificate, refresh this one. Then the certificate uh, was successfully created. Okay, let's close this window. Right now, we'll try to attach again the database. Right? Let's attach this database again. Where is it? Let's attach this database again. A while ago, it error out because we did not restore the key file. Okay, so let's try to attach this, the dummy. Then, okay, see that we successfully uh, mm, attach the database because we have the created the restored the certificate from node 1. Okay, so let's check if the database is encrypted, the one that we restored. Just to double check, execute this script. See that one, dummy is encrypted. Okay, so right now we're going to because this one is in the management studio. Let's try. Let's close this window. Let's try to create a UDL file just to simulate an application accessing the SQL Server. So let's create a text. Right click desktop, new text document. Let's rename this txt file with UDL. Then enter. Change it yes. Let's this is will simulate uh, uh, an application that is connecting to the the server. So let's expand drop down list for the server name. Then let's select node 2. Then just use Windows NT. Then under the database, let's click the drop down. See the one? It's show dummy. Let's test connect. Successfully connected. So the test is successful. So that's how you will enable the database encryption. Okay, now because we successfully uh, tested or enabled the database encryption of the database, you need to individually enable the database encryption. That's all, guys. Thank you for watching, and please subscribe to my channel.